Hey, so I'm back from my date, and just as I said, he wasn't like his photo, but he was a really nice guy. So we had a nice evening, and think we might see each other again. He's not that attractive for me, but he was just a nice guy to talk to, like really intelligent and really got a lot to say. And well, we met at what 7 o'clock, and it's now just midnight. So we we spent a lot of time talking and getting to know each other, and we said we'd see each other again, but yeah, just don't know if there'll be any romance. But maybe, we don't know. We don't know. We'll see. And so I'm still in my son's apartment until Wednesday, and I don't think I'll see him before that, as he's working, and tomorrow he's playing tennis, and so we will see. Watch this space. Come on, England! So at half time they were 2-0 up, I think. I couldn't quite see it. I kept having a sneaky look at this big screen. He's not into football at all, so I just hope England win this match. Bye.
Going to talk over this video because the reason I'm showing you this is, so this is the pool. I keep saying I'm doing a routine and that I swim for like 20 minutes every day. Oh my goodness, that's the dog next door. And so I do, but I don't want to just say that I'm doing these things, because I could say I do lots of things and not actually do them. So this is just to show you that there I am, getting in the pool, swimming for 20 minutes, and then getting out. And when I see myself in my bikini, it's also telling me that I need to work on a lot of things, especially my non-existent bottom now, which is very saggy. And I noticed quite a few chins have grown in the last couple of weeks. So it's all very good, and I will work on that, and I probably will show a few videos of the progress, because I'm determined to get rid of those chins and determined to have a more rounder, firmer bottom. Anyway, so I said that I had a date the other night, 2 nights ago, with a nice gentleman, French, and he was very nice. And now, 2 days later, I'm reflecting a little bit more on it, because at the time it was all a little bit, oh, I regretted not being with my boyfriend, which is not good, because, you know, he's not the same, and he didn't, you know, didn't do certain things that my boyfriend would have done, and didn't go to the kind of restaurants that my boyfriend would have gone to. And anyway, it was all just a little bit fresh. So now, after 2 days, I'm reflecting on it, and I'm thinking, you know, he was a nice man, and he did text me like about half an hour after I got home and said that it was really nice. He really enjoyed the evening. So that's really nice. But then yesterday, the whole day, nothing. And even this morning, nothing. And I don't know, is that normal? Because after coming out of a relationship for 5 years, where we used to text quite a lot, every morning, good morning, every night, good night, and little photos and little happy smiles or little emojis. And I don't know if that is to be expected. I'm not really sure, but I'm not worried. I mean, if it's going to be, it will be. And anyway, after reflecting a little bit, I don't think that the good looks are so important. And there were other things that could have been, and that were actually attractive for me, and that they were like, just his outlook on life is nice. And he actually does share a few because we talked a little bit philosophically, and we have the same views on certain things about life and life, death, and things like that. I mean, it wasn't morbid talk or anything. It was just really, it was just nice to go deep, a little bit deep in a discussion with somebody, which doesn't often happen with people that I know. So anyway, so I'm at the stage now where I would like to meet him again. I'd like to get to know him, in fact, and just getting to know him and maybe seeing him a bit more on a regular basis. And, I think we could become good friends. And after that, a relationship. Because what I did with my boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend, we met and it was like instant attraction for both of us. We both were attracted to each other. And I'm not sure if there was really cause for a relationship. It was more just, I can't say sexual but it was more desire and something completely new, because I'm English, so I was very new for him, and I was living in a big city, well, working in a big city, and he was in a town, and he was French, so I think it was other things. We mistook it, maybe. We mistook what we had at the beginning for something that we could have, that was more real, and that would have connected us deeper and allowed us to build on something. And we actually didn't really have that. We just, fell back on the attractiveness that we had to each other, and the way we both made each other feel. Like I kept saying to my friends when I was at work, oh, I haven't slept. It's just like he sweeps me off my feet when I arrive home. He's there because I gave him a key to my house. He's there. He opened my house up. He prepared something to eat. He's got all these plans. We do all these things, and he's on the phone all the time. He's like wonderful, and the sex is great. And it was just like, I met him in July, and I don't think my feet touched the ground until December, and I was finding it very difficult to just breathe normally. I was on a constant high for months, and trying to cope with other things in my life. And although it was great, and and I just felt like I don't even think I noticed anything else in my life, to be honest. That when that finally stops, which it didn't stop, but it did calm down after certainly after a year, but even after 6 months it did calm down. And then life, just normal life kicks in, and you get back into your routines, and then I had a house in Sweden, and we went there, and it wasn't really what he liked, and sort of, and then problems arise, and you realize, oh, we're not actually all that similar, and things like that. And when you come down, I think it's like falling off a roof. It really hits you, because we didn't really have the things in the first place. We just cast them aside and went and lived off the high for too long. And so I think for now, if I was to have anything with Eric, is his name, I think I would probably prefer to build those essential things at the beginning, and have the other things, once the basic things are proven. And I'm going to tell him that if we meet again. I'm going to tell him that's what I'm looking for. So, fine, you get on with your life. I'm going to get on with my life. We can meet from time to time, and we can keep in touch, and then gradually build and see if we are compatible, and if we do want more. And if we do, it will happen. And we will both compromise instead of just one of us going to live with the other one. So anyway, briefly, that's where I'm at the moment. And yeah, as you know, I did a 3-point goal list, which is 3-month short-term goals, June, July and August. And number 1 was find a job. Number 2 was sell my house. And number 3 was find peace. And not in any particular order, but all are goals and short term, because I'm determined to have those 3 done by the end of August. So it's now 6 weeks in, and so halfway exactly. And why these 3 goals? So I had to give up my job, which I loved, and I lived like in a retirement position where I wasn't working. I was working. I can't say I wasn't working, because it was the hardest work I've ever had to do, apart from when you have a baby and small children. I was looking after my parents, who both have had Alzheimer's. So it wasn't an easy time by any means, much easier to go to work, but I didn't actually have anything professional. I didn't have anything really to work on to, do you know what I mean? Nothing, to go to work, to socialize, to develop programs and things like that. I didn't have anything. And even this year, when my mother died and my father went into a home for 2 months whilst I lived with my boyfriend, I felt like I was in retirement. And even before that, I felt like I was in retirement. And honestly, I used to think, oh, it'd be lovely to retire early and be able to do all the things you want to do. Well, no, I've definitely changed. And retirement really scares me now, because it's just unless maybe you are with somebody who shares the same interests, and you have decided you're going to do a lot of things and you have a very busy life, that can be nice. But honestly, well, maybe it wasn't a real test, because I was in a bad state. Especially for the first month of that, I was sleeping most of the time because I was at burnout stage. And then the second month was very much maybe depressed, maybe very down. I don't know if I was depressed, but I was very, very, very down and very lost. So anyway, all I know is that I need to work, and I want to be useful. I want to learn and to use experience that I've gained to help others. Also, I need to live, so I do need to earn some money. And my house, especially now as my house is only worth half of what I paid for it, so I need to make up a lot of money. And also, now I'm free, so I don't have anyone to look after, and I don't have a partner, can move anywhere and work anywhere. So I think it's a good opportunity now to look for something that I really, really would enjoy, and be prepared, literally, to do it for the rest of my life, because I'd like to find a job where I could work forever and I can adapt my life around that job or inside that job. So I'm not going to make the job seem like a job where, I'm clocking off at 5, and maybe half day on Friday, and, asking to work from home. No, I don't want that kind. I don't want it to feel like a job. I want it to be my life. That's what I want, to be my life, even if I'm helping others to do their lives. Because I'm very, very, if one thing I know about myself is so true, I am the most organized and analytical person that I know. And I can definitely organize other people. just taking the first one, find a job. So find a job. I have 3 real fields of expertise. So going back to the UK, I was a personal assistant, and twice, in fact, in my life, and I enjoyed that a lot. When I moved to France, I became a teacher, and I did that for nearly 20 years in universities and also with adults. In the UK, before I left the UK, I was working in sales and marketing, and I was very successful. And also when I came to France, halfway through my teaching career, I taught inside a company who actually asked me if I want to work for them, and it was in the sales and marketing field. So I did it for a few years as well. And then so teaching, personal assistant, sales and marketing, and also since I've been looking after my parents, I did a holistic life coaching course and added a few other certificates alongside it. And this I would like to kind of align with other things and work for somebody whose life is too busy, and I can be organizing the whole thing, the whole holistic persona, which deals with everything to do with your body, mind, and spirit. So I devised a little whiteboard into 2 categories, so actions and benefits. And I'll just run through it quickly. So my actions were devise CVs for each career path. And so I did that. I think that will benefit me because I might only find teaching work, or I might only find sales and marketing work. And I don't want my CV to look like I do so many different things. Like, I go from one career to another. And that's why I did that. And I evaluated exactly traveling times to and from Toulouse, for example, or countries. I identified countries that I would potentially like to work in. And so this, for me, saves time and energy in applying for jobs that are not in the limits where I would like to work. And I also calculated a salary that I thought I could live with, and also that I would like to have for giving my time, which will literally be 24/7. I'm not even bothered about holidays. I'm not bothered about anything. I just want a life, and I'm prepared to give my life to have a life. And so also that will save me time and energy applying for jobs that are underpaid, and there are a lot of those about at the moment. I'm looking at job agencies specializing in these career areas as well. So that way, benefit for me was to get closer to the source of my chosen career. And applying directly to companies or individuals, that means spontaneously sending my CVs, cover letter, directly to people and companies. So that spontaneously applying directly to the source cuts out competition, and it could create a post specifically for me. Finally, I put down apply for jobs daily and don't give up. So this will give me interview experience, and the more I apply, the more chance I'll have. So number 2 was sell my house. And selling my house is going to be very, very tricky, especially now because the market is not good, especially in the area where I live. So I put my house on sale through an agent, purely because it can get put in the window in my town, and also it'll reach a wider audience. I've put a for sale sign on my house with my phone number on it, and a lot of people do phone me from time to time. And also I advertised it myself on 2 sites online, and I've had people contact me through that way as well, because for them there's a benefit, they don't pay any agency fees. And also what I did was I lowered the price, so I've literally got rock bottom price of what I will accept, which kind of coincides with what the agency valued my house at. and so now it's on for a good price. It should sell, and well, we'll just wait and see. So the third one was Find Peace, and this is a lot more tricky because literally I can't do much more than what I've done to sell my house. But Find Peace, there's so many things to do. And why find peace? Well, number one, to stop me thinking about my ex, to stop me panicking, especially at night, especially at weekends when everybody's out enjoying themselves with their families and I'm alone, and to realize my worth. So things that have helped me. I have done a few videos on little things, but basically just being in society and getting out, that is a real benefit, to feel part of the world, and interactions make you feel less alone. To be with family is very, very important, because when you're with your family, especially if you've got children, well, children, I mean like teenagers, or my sons are in their 20s, I have to really fake being okay because I don't want them to feel sorry for me. And also, I don't want them to think that there's something wrong. So when I'm with them, I am so happy. They think that I've just won Euro Millions or something, and it's good because faking it tricks your mind that everything is good and actually makes you feel good inside and stops the grief, even though it's temporary. I also make a daily, weekly routine and fill it with things that I didn't do with my ex. So that keeps my mind occupied and focused and keeps my body energized, and my ability to sleep is a lot easier. Also, I eat and sleep well, and I've made that very important for me because especially at the beginning, you don't feel like eating and certainly don't feel like cooking. So I got a lot of snack ready foods ready, just to take, and tried to force them down me at the beginning for nourishment. And also, as I think I told you in a video, I did get some homeopathic sleeping pills and bark flower remedy for panic attacks in the night. So it's very important to keep healthy, because this is number one. It keeps your body's rhythm charged and ensures that your daily nutrients are keeping all your body functions working. And sleeping ensures rejuvenation and the body's ability to break down fats. It's very important. Also, do new activities and hobbies. Yes, I've been doing new activities and hobbies that others do, and for me it's for a first time. Even though before I thought, oh, I don't like that, I'm never going to do that, or why do people do that? I've actually done things, and it's given me challenges and some adventures, and some quite dangerous adventures, which literally just built my confidence enormously. And it's very good for self-esteem. So by learning something new, you feel like you've progressed, and it's an achievement to add, especially to a CV.